You can't make this shit up. I mean, that's one of the weirdest things about like going into this game.
You can talk already.
Probably the single strangest thing that I found playing H1Z1 is just the fact that people cry so much.
What's up, guys? It's Space Mexican. I am coming to you live from sunny San Diego, and it is hot like a mother. It's like 100 degrees over here. And I have a couple of special people here with me, one more special than the other. We're going to get into the super special guy, Laz. Everybody knows Laz.
What's up, guys?
Say what's up, guys. And then we got Steve George, H1Z1 Daybreak, Steve George. I swear it's him. It's not like someone who just looks like him. It really is Steve George.
It is me. What's up, you guys?
Wow.
AKA Shock Factor. Shock Factor here on Twitch, guys. Catch him on Twitch. He hangs out with his son. They do some crazy stuff on stream. It's pretty fun. So today, since we got our special guest, we're not gonna try to get too much out of Steve because I think he's done this a couple times and he's really good at not giving away any like leaks or future things that are coming out. He's actually a really professional when it comes to that. I tried last time, but it didn't work.
You guys obviously didn't give him enough alcohol before the show last time. Honestly.
It's called Producer Training 101.
Yeah.
Shut your mouth.
Right? Oh, man. So really, we're just going to kind of go over kind of the fun stuff that's coming up in the game and talk about the game in general. The great things that are happening. Everybody kind of, I hope everybody had time to watch the streams last week that were going on. And it was a lot of information, a lot of things coming out, a lot of things leaked, which was kind of nice. They were just talking about a lot of general things that were happening, one being a wipe coming next week, yet not to be confirmed officially, but kind of talked about. And I want to ask Steve kind of your first general question. How was the Invitational after wrapping all that up? How'd it go?
The Invitational was amazing. It was literally one of the best productions we as a company probably have ever put on. Went smooth. It was all the contestants were really cool. We were over prepared for any sort of shenanigans and such that might have been going on, and we didn't have to worry about any of that. Everybody was really professional, so it turned out to be a great situation for us.
Yeah, I loved watching it. I think Jimmy, Alex, and I forgot the third guy's name. The commentators, they did a fantastic job.
Oh yeah, that was awesome. And it was funny because we were actually in a separate area. I was in a pit with the actual streamers who were playing, and there were some people kind of crowded around watching it. But the actual fun was downstairs in this big auditorium, which everybody else saw. So it was like two different layouts. Downstairs was really loud and crazy, and upstairs it was kind of quiet and you'd hear the random banter here and there, but it was really interesting.
Well, is there plans for another Invitational anytime soon, or is it something that you guys look forward to in the future? I
would say it was a success. So usually things are successful.
It was crazy. I'm really sad I didn't get to go. I'm hopefully make it in for this next coming up Invitational, but it was intense to watch, and it was crazy just to see. The amount of functionality that you guys have on the dev side, be able to track it and get the different camera views. Right. I mean, that was really impressive with the map view.
That whole system came online over the course of a month, to be honest with you.
Wow.
And we cranked that and it worked out well. The thing that you guys didn't see also, which was really fun, was whenever somebody was killed, they had to do this walk of shame kind of through the aisle. And it was really epic seeing some of these guys stand up and everybody's like, oh, just talking smack to them. It was pretty fun.
It's actually... go ahead.
No, go ahead.
All right. And I guess outside of the Invitational, one of the biggest things I was looking at this week was the test notes patch coming out with the patch notes that hit Reddit. There was a lot of changes in there, and I know we're digging into them a little bit. But I want to say, just before everything, that the shotgun change, I'm waiting for so much.
That shotgun change is way overdue. There's a lot going on in this month. If you guys want me to give you a quick breakdown, so we've got the hospital update, right? That's one of the items on the list. I'm actually looking at my project schedule as I talk to you guys, just to make sure I don't miss any details. So we got our hospital coming out. We've got the zombie female, the new mercenary crate. we're and you heard our announcement about the crate revamp, the way things work, along with the item exchange system. It's actually a really cool system. I think once people get their hands on it, they're gonna kind of dig it. We've also got that new ATV going in, which I've been playing around with that quite a bit, and it's pretty damn cool. It's a nice change.
I've been on the test server, and I got on one and I could not get on another. People are actually hoarding them on the test server now.
Are they?
Yeah.
I tend to use the /vehicle spawn command to get mine. It's usually it's easier.
You should try it sometime.
You should try it, see if it works for you.
Oh, and before
I do it on stream too.
Tequila for you, Steve. I don't know if you heard that voice behind me, Steve. It was
what was that?
It was here. He wants to say hello.
I'm gonna drink some tequila for you, Steve.
Oh, you just wait there, John. I'm coming. Don't you go anywhere.
Oh, that was John Smedley. He's hanging out with us. Yeah. So I went to the hospital. It was actually pretty amazing. You know what? I give credit to all the guys at Daybreak that are working on the art behind that. I mean, that stuff was just amazing. Some of the details.
That was a huge project. That hospital.
It's massive. I mean, I'm just looking for the area and the terrain, what it used to be, and now what it is now on the test server. I mean, that was huge.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know it's funny too. The things that you guys don't see, like the hospital came out. Well, we were building hospital, and then at one point our designers were like, "Hey, the hallways just aren't wide enough to play in." So you guess what we did? We went through that whole hospital. And we widened out all the hallways. And
after you already built it?
After we already built it. There's one thing after another like that. So you get in there, you iterate, you play it, then you're like, this one feels good. No, we want a left turn down here.
And is that something you got to like start from scratch or
not necessarily?
Does that work?
The artists are pretty sharp about that. So they lay things out modularly. So if they get into a situation like that where they got to make some adjustments, it's usually just a geometry, widening and a texture adjustment, things like that. But there, if we tell you to change the actual hallway width, that's quite an endeavor to jump into. It's like, oh shit, the entire hospital needs.
And with the new hospital, like how's loot going to be seated throughout the hospital? Like, is it going to be something like the new military camp, which has very sparse amounts of loot, or is it going to be more like a lot more loot spawns?
So the spawning in general across the world right now, in my most humble opinion, is very giving. Like there's just too much loot in the world, and we're working on that, to be honest with you. So the hospital should be a little more in lines to what we want to see in the world, and if it's not, we'll adjust. But I'm fairly confident that what's going in the hospital is going to be pretty I don't want to say hard to find, but a little more difficult to attain.
Okay, and inside the hospital, and referring to loot, is it going to be kind of like dedicated to loot, like certain loot spawns there that you don't see other places?
There may be some of that. It may be more prevalent in that area, but there's no reason why you can't find the loot in some other part of the world too. But there's certain types of spawners we put in areas which are more geared towards that.
Well, I noticed being on the test server, there's already people trying to figure out where is the best place to put a deck foundation, to put just different kinds of tamps and whatnot. So people are planning. I mean, people are planning to move there already. And I mean, I didn't find any loot inside. Is there going to be loot in the hospital when it first comes out?
Oh yeah, there should be. Matter of fact, I think on Friday, a lot of that stuff was just coming online too. So you'll see some changes between. Have you played since Friday?
I have.
Yeah,
I was on there this morning. Yeah, I was on there this morning.
There's probably one more build coming up today, but there's designers working late last night doing some stuff, so it's all coming online.
Nice. Female zombies, great work on the female zombies. I'm glad they're adding some different, variation with the zombies. Also, and I noticed the work they were doing on the movements and just how they work and how they're walking around. I would like to see definitely more the apocalypse be more of a factor, not just in the big cities, because we went to go raid a very large base out at the governor's mansion, and it was actually pretty difficult because not because there was a lot of people up there, mostly because the minute we started raiding the base, we started getting massive amounts of zombies spawning all over the place. I mean, we had people dying. It was definitely a factor in the game when you got not only worry about the PvP side of it, but the zombie side of it. And I'm glad that they work some mechanics out as far as the new zombies coming out.
Yeah. So have you noticed a difference in the way their AI works?
I have
Yeah.
noticed
Okay.
a difference.
Good.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
that's actually in there. There's a
they're
lot of work
smart.
put on there.
They're smart zombies. They're smart
Yes,
zombies.
a little smarter, and they're a little more aggressive. For a while there, they'd run up to you, and sometimes they do a pause, and then they kind of start attacking afterwards.
Right.
I think
right.
we've taken care of some of that torn out. They just kind of and they're all over you at this point. So I think people are going to appreciate that. We'll see.
And looking at chat, Astronautistic says, can we expect to see some child zombies?
Child zombies,
that's kind of creepy.
Yeah.
A lot. I don't know. Not as of now. I mean, it's one of those conversation pieces, but it's a moral thing, and I don't know. Tough one, man.
Yeah. I don't know if we'll get to that. So they talked about base building, and that's coming up next month. Can you give us any insight of how the base building is going to change in any way to make it more easier to work as a large group or at a group period?
Yeah. So part of the next round of updates is all around base building, modular construction. What's going to happen is you're going to lay a foundation down in the world, and you're going to use that foundation to feed resources into it. Metal bits, wood. It'll only hold resources, nothing else. And you'll be able to feed as much as you want into there. And then your group, who all has permissions, part of your guild or part of your group mechanic, will actually be able to feed off that foundation and place things with a small UI. Picture like a Minecraft-looking bar at the bottom of your screen, which has what it'll do is it'll look inside that inventory and it'll say, based on what's in this box currently, you can build X, Y, or Z. So you'll know exactly what you can build. It'll show up in your toolbar, and you can just click, place, as opposed to this whole managing your inventory where you have to drop stuff out of your backpack to get enough wood. That kind of...
Yeah, it's going to be pretty amazing, actually.
We think that's going to... the whole thing is accessibility, because this game, although it's hardcore, right? We always say it's accessible, because you should be able to walk away from this game and come back and play it a few weeks later and not be lost. There's no crazy key combinations or anything. It's all really simple. So that's one of the things we want to simplify, but yet still keep it. You still need to find your recipes and such. You still need to manage all that, but just the interaction should be laid out a little cleaner.
So it's really trying to simplify it so that I don't have to go to a tree and pile up all my supplies and then craft it because I just don't have enough space, or I got to move my supplies around more.
Exactly. Exactly. And I'll tell you what, that's one of the reasons why I don't base build so much, is because it's just tedious in my mind. So we just need to fix that. That's all.
Yeah. And
okay, guys. So you heard it here. The reason why, base building is putting on the back burner is because Steve George is not much of a builder. He doesn't really like it.
No.
It's tedious. He doesn't like repairing all the time. You know what we should do? We should invite Steve to one of our massive 3-deck tamp bases and put a hammer in his hand and have him repair the whole thing, from top to bottom, and realize how hard it is.
And I'll tell you exactly what I'll do. You know what I'll do? I'll be like this. Enjoy yourselves.
Right? Oh man! But you know what? I thought I love the fact of the that they put in the health bars for everything, because it really makes it so that people have to be active. They have to be on the server. They have to be checking in. Some people think it's obsessive. I think it's actually great. I think it's a great thing. And I know they talked about eventually just modifying that through time and really perfecting that system. And what does that look like long term in your head as far as the health bars and in the bases? I mean, do you see that changing at any point or staying the same?
I can see it maybe getting a little better visual upgrade, but that's about it.
Okay.
Maybe just present it in a more a better UI for it, maybe, because right now it's just a little bar. It's kind of bland.
I know. Lately, a lot of the big issues were with doors bugging out and people having to be the builder have to be online so you can fix the doors, or else anyone can get in.
Yes.
And is that something that's currently being worked on, or have you guys recognized what the problem is causing these doors to bug out like that?
Well, not so much. The doors bugging out is one thing, but on your point about people having to be online to be able to build, the new grouping system is going to take care of that. So as long as I invite you to a group and you're part of my guild or whatever we end up calling it, right. You'll be able to come in any time and build in that group environment without having me to be online. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, that's amazing.
So definitely the trust factor is going to start showing when.
Sure. And it makes sense because I mean, why should I have to be there to let you guys in for
Right.
buddies, right?
Well, and that's kind of the problem we have because we did go through a group system where one guy or two or three guys even had to be on at all times just to give people accessibility. But that would definitely help. But also, it's going to be one guy goes rogue because we'll have 20 guys in a group. One guy goes rogue and starts messing with things. So it's definitely gonna be interesting seeing how that works within a large group.
Well, and
Sure.
in that same vein, though, is there going? I know we mentioned in the past, but is there a clan system that's coming out that maybe with manual permissions on who can build and who can't build? Is that something that you guys are looking at down the road?
I guess that's what this really is. This is really the beginning of that system.
Okay.
So in its infancy, it's going to be basically permissions and such. But as it grows, we'll kind of grow it whatever direction we need. And in fact, we actually pay attention to you guys quite a bit because you guys have this large infrastructure, and we'd like to see people utilize systems like this, in the future. So we're gonna be pinging you guys for some information too, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah.
Especially on wipe days. On wipe days, it's kind of a huge undertaking to kind of go out and corral all these people and get them to drop down TAMPs and have different roles for different people. But being able to have that group access the building to where the person dropping the TAMPs can go and drop all the TAMPs, and then you have all the individual people able to just build up on the different TAMPs. I think that's a huge step forward when it comes to the wipe days.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can only imagine. Sounds like a lot of work.
As he takes another sip of his beer. Sucks for you guys.
Oh my gosh! I'm fascinated of how easy it is for our group to really build a base. I mean, I haven't timed it yet. It's actually quite fast. The fact of the matter is we just have systems now that we can get everything up and running within 24 hours, and we really just start land grabbing and doing things like that. But it's interesting when you're in a group of 3 to 5, and then you're in a group of 8 to 12, and then you're in a group of 20 plus. The systems are a lot different, and so we really see the one end of it. And speaking of the large groups, can we get more people to be added to the group system? 12's a little bit small for us at this point.
Well, I think once again, the new guild clan system we're building, that'll all come into play. All the stuff we have right now was just rudimentary. Like, just let's get it in there so people can have something to work with. But the reality is, the rest of this year we're trying to finish off a lot of these systems, clean everything up. So you'll see all that sort of stuff come into play.
So I have a couple questions here, and hopefully you'll be able to answer them. I think they're really good questions. They were brought to us by one of our members, Cabal, and he's a great guy in our group, really friendly. He really tries to bring the friendliness out of our group and express that amongst the fellow people of H1Z1 in the game.
You're really loading this question up well for me to not answer it. But go on. I'm kidding.
Oh my gosh. So this is his number one question. How can the community be more helpful?
How can the community be more helpful? I think you guys are helpful. I mean, think about the way this game runs, though. We literally put it out in its infancy. Remember this: if this game was not an early access title, you to this day right now would not be playing the game. It would still be in development to this day, so you wouldn't even be playing it. So putting it out in front of you guys and getting all your feedback, we actually listen to feedback. People think we don't sometimes, but we do. And this whole game is being driven. The direction it's being driven is by the way players are actually utilizing the systems and such. We watch what they do, and we course correct as needed. So I think we do a pretty good job of listening to the community at this point.
And what is the best way the community can reach out to Daybreak as far as letting them know how they view the game or how things are working? What's the best way to communicate to the team at Daybreak?
I gotta say, we're all on the Reddit forums all the time. So, posting there is probably one of your best bets. That and through the social networks and such. But yeah,
right.
That's the easiest way. Post your ideas. You know what? We've seen lots of cool ideas come through Reddit, and they end up on some of my lists. To be honest with you, there was one the other day regarding Battle Royale and some of the things that needed fixed. It was like a top 20 list. I copied it and just put it as a task in our backlog. It doesn't mean we're going to do them all, but it's like, hey, when we're meeting, check these out. This is what somebody posted, and this is some great stuff. So we do listen to you guys.
Awesome. Cabal's next question is: are you considering looking at upping the player caps for high pop servers?
Upping the player caps to what? You're thinking more than a few hundred?
Right now,
Yeah, I guess that would be in general. I guess that would be in general, upping more people in the servers.
Well, it really depends. I think all that stuff kind of comes into play as we change our map around, increase the size of the map. So keep in mind right now the map is being redone, and if you look at the current H1Z1 map, it kind of plays like a NASCAR track. There's like kind of a main road that circles around.
Yep.
And you'll hear people complaining a lot. Oh, I'm always running into people in this world. It's like, yeah, because you're traveling down roads and somebody's going counterclockwise, you're going clockwise, and you guys are always kind of hitting these main POIs in this circular fashion. What we're doing with Z1 on the next round is we're maintaining all the POIs are still being in place, all the cool places that you come to love, but we're going to do some positioning to where we encourage people to travel in these nooks and crannies between all these highways and such, and it's not such a linear path, if you know what I'm saying. So hopefully that'll separate people a little more and make you feel like you're in a larger world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, as of right now, it seems like if you're out in the certain corners of the map, it's very lonely. You know, there's not much activity going on. And I watched the dev put the new map on the Twitch feed last week, and it was the way he was laying it out in almost of a triangular way. It's definitely going to bring more action to everywhere. I mean, everything's going to be kind of interconnected. That's what it looked like to me.
The in-between will be more used also. Hey, Minnie. Sorry. My other kids.
Minnie, is that a new zombie coming out?
See, I think you're getting robbed, I think.
Minnie eating pizza.
Steve George is getting robbed on stream right now.
Yeah, so the whole idea though is to make sure that we disperse people more evenly throughout this map, and I think we have a lot to learn still with even 8K by 8K, and there's some discussion about the larger map being delayed. I mean, the reality is we're still working on that tech. It's not gone. It's just right now our priority is to get our current map in a releasable state for the PC platform whenever we end up going out of early access and such. Yeah.
And on that same note, question in chat from H1Z1DB, who also runs a map website for H1Z1, which is a really, really awesome group system with a copy-paste functionality or tool in there that you can use. One of his questions is are you guys looking at maybe taking away some of the lower pop servers to force some of these players into the bigger servers?
Yeah, I can't talk much about that today.
Okay.
I apologize. But yeah, we're always pruning.
Don't apologize, Steve. Just talk about it.
Just do it.
Right, just do it. Nobody's
just
watching.
Do it.
No one's watching. Oh man. So a recent dev post in H1Z1 Reddit mentioned an updated group system coming very soon. Cabal wants to know, will the new system be able to handle groups of oversize of 150?
I don't know just yet. You're talking about our new grouping guilding system that we're working on?
Right.
Yeah, so first pass is basically permissions, and then we'll go from there, okay? So right now it's only permissions. It's going to probably be exactly what it was, but you will be able to share your permissions with being able to build while you're offline and such. And then we'll grow it as we go.
Okay. That's fair. So Cabal, you're not getting any more info on that one besides
Cabal.
Okay.
Chill out, man.
I don't know if this refers at all with you, Steve, but he said, how would you contrast working on H1Z1 versus your work on Vanguard or Free Realms?
Oh, I don't know, man. Completely different. Geez, H1Z1 was kind of a left turn compared to everything we've ever done at the company. As far as like all sorts of things goes, things the way we handle a project, the project management of it, the way we put new systems online. I mean, I could talk about this stuff for hours, but in general, H1Z1 we tried not to design too much for release for early access because we want it to be guided by the players. So we were trying to put this really simple slice of the game out there and see the direction it should go. Because if you guys think about it, the way we do games, typically we put out this huge game, right? And then we'd spend years building content for it, and then we'd release it, and then like 60% of the content gets used. The other 40% people are like, whatever. So we're just trying to cut that short and figure out exactly what the real stuff is, what the real meat of the game is, and kind of build it based off that. So yeah, our development process was quite different. Free Realms still has a special place in my heart, and I still bug the execs to this day. Like, I would love to bring it back someday, but that's not going to happen.
Is that on your wish list?
Oh, it's on my wish list. I just have a special play. You know what's funny is everybody in the company loves that game, but nobody.
Really? Everybody loves it. No one wants to put any money towards it. Is that what it is?
No, it's just it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, it's time has passed. But
okay.
It was quite amazing working on Free Realms though, because the community was really a fun crowd. You put out a new pair of sneakers, and man, people would go flipjack. Like for H1, it's like, I got to give you guys an AR-15 with crazy stickers all over it before you give me the thumbs up.
Well, how would you know H1Z1 people love guns with stickers, man? I mean, who would have known, right?
Yeah.
Look at CS:GO. Look how good they're doing. And actually,
have
lovely.
you seen our new guns, by the way?
Dude, they're so amazing, so amazing.
Which one do you guys like better? What do you prefer of the two ARs?
Being a very
the black and tan or the.
I like the Patriot one. That one looks pretty cool. It'll match the booty shorts and the gloves.
I wear nothing but the booty shorts whenever I'm streaming, so it's always about the USA, all about the freedom, America. I get the fingerless gloves.
He actually wears the booty short, no shirt, the American gloves, and a police
cowboy hat.
Police hat, and he acts like
call him Officer Dave.
Officer Dave. He's a stripper in Battle Royale, so that's what he plays.
I'm kind of a black and tan guy myself. I like it because it looks like something you'd actually own.
Like something in real life. And that's what I loved about the tac vest. The tac vest almost like, dude.
Yeah.
I just want to go all tactical. I mean, in the game. I mean those were amazing designs. And how does the team go about picking? I'm sure you have a laundry list of just ideas of what stuff to put in crates. How do you guys go about picking that?
I mean, it's pretty straightforward. Basically, a few of us will sit down and say, hey, what's the next crate going to be? Well, mercenary crate. Let's do all mercenary stuff. So then the designers go out and they just start Googling all sorts of mercenary picks. And then they'll start a conversation with the artists, just a long email thread, and they'll start throwing ideas back and forth. And a lot of it's based on, time and, effort, right?
Right.
So we make sure we pick things that we can build within, a certain time frame that are cool, biggest bang for the buck, and things that we can do like we can make variations of, like the schmogs. You guys see the schmogs that are coming out?
Yeah.
Okay. Like you'll see that they have there's a bunch of variations on their patterns and such. So we can have a handful of different types of those. But this email thread will go on for about a week or two sometimes as they start, and they'll decide certain things, right? And they'll start building them, and they'll keep talking. And then they'll be like, hey, we're going to skin a gun. They don't know what gun it is yet, but they decide they're going to make some gun. And at some point, we all hone in, okay, we're going to do AR-15s this round or shotguns or whatever. So it's just kind of a iterative process. And
speaking of skins, and with the ghillie suit coming out, though, how long do we have to wait for a Rasta ghillie suit?
A Rasta ghillie suit.
Yes.
What? That defeats the purpose of the ghillie suit.
What is a Rasta ghillie suit?
You know the Rasta, the backpack with all the bright colors and all that.
Okay.
The Bob Marley backpack.
Yeah.
I was thinking all the shreds are all knotted up, like unwashed or something. I'm like, what are you talking about?
That could be an idea too.
That would be a dread ghillie suit. Yeah. Dreadlock ghillie suit.
I do not know.
Well, I'm excited.
Yeah,
for
sorry.
it,
I'm
waiting.
But if you want one, I can ask the guys.
Yeah, right. He'll put it on his list.
So. And I guess also when it comes to, I'm trying to think, where I had another question to follow up that, but I got off topic again.
He does. It's a stream. It's okay. It'll come back to
go
right
for
now.
it.
That's all right.
I remember now. This is
God.
actually completely off topic, but it pops in my head. Can we have a different slot for grenades? Like we have the binoculars now go into the item 1 and 2 slots. Can we have the functionality to put grenades in that slot? That way we can still have 3 primary weapons. That's something I'd like to see.
Yeah, you know what? That conversation does come up a lot. And I got to tell you, I personally still feel the grenades still need some work. We fixed some of their issues a while back, but they still need to be a little more accessible to use.
Accessible?
Yeah, I feel like you have to go through too many steps to get one and make it actually function, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, just to get them out and to get them thrown.
Yes.
It's a little laggy. They're super effective when you use them. But it's kind of like the same thing as the spear. I love the spear. It's just when you throw it, there's a little bit of a lag before it actually starts going in the air. That kind of prevents me from using it most of the time. And as you know, I mean, when you play PvP or even Battle Royale, you don't have much time. You don't have much time to react to stuff. So you kind
of have to pre-plan to use a grenade in our game.
Exactly.
Currently, right? And I think that's where the problem is. And then in other games, it's like, oh, grenade, bam, thrown, right? And it's done.
Well, and I think the biggest issue with grenades that I come into contact with, I'm a huge Battle Royale player, and anytime I'm streaming, I always tell people that the optimal loadout right now is a rifle, shotgun, and then grenade. The grenades come in huge, like you use them a lot. I get lots of kills with Molotovs and with the actual grenades themselves. But if you were to have the option to switch between the three, like I don't know if you ever play Counter-Strike Go or any of the Counter-Strikes, where if you press the number 4 key, it pulls up the first grenade, but if you press it multiple times, it just cycles through the grenades. Right now you have to open up your inventory, swap the grenade in and out, and then throw whichever one you wanted. I think that's...
we are doing a complete inventory UI rehaul right now, to be honest with you. So
really? Wow.
Yeah. So, a lot of the stuff is still legacy from just getting it out in the early access, and now we're kind of paying attention, trying to clean it up. So
Laz, you're pretty much saying you want H1Z1 to be like CS:GO. Is that what you're saying?
No. Just their inventory UI management when it comes to grenades, because like you guys said, the times that you need a grenade, it's not something that you can pre-plan. It's like, oh, they're behind a tree. Let me swap out this grenade and throw it real quick.
Yes.
So I mean, it's definitely something.
I love using the throwables, though. I mean, the throwables are great to use because you know why? No one's expecting them, because no one really uses them that much. That's the great thing about using the throwables. I like the Molotovs myself. I'm more of a Molotov kind of guy versus the grenade. I find it a little difficult to throw the grenades. Want a little more coverage with my throwables.
They all have their times. All have their uses. So let's actually, if you wouldn't mind, let's talk about the shotgun changes. I mean, like I said at the start of the stream, I talked about how awesome they were. And was there something that kind of led up to this that finally said, all right, now it's finally time, let's do it, when it comes to nerfing the shotgun?
Yes, people bitching about it all the time.
So is that what motivates Daybreak the most? I'm gonna make like 20 Reddit accounts and just bitch about the same thing over and over on the same thread.
No, we all agreed the shotgun was just whacked out. So it was just one of our guys a couple weeks back says, I'm gonna fix a damn shotgun. We're like, please go fix it. And he did. We'll see how it plays out. It might need some more adjustments, but for now, it's a nice start.
Do you guys have systems on your side that tracks like what players are using the most, like what weapons and what firearms and what?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. We watch all that. Yeah.
So when you change the damage on the shotgun, you'll be able to see if like you see a decrease in people using the shotgun because it's just
absolutely.
Not okay.
Yeah, you can absolutely see how players are utilizing the equipment.
Nice.
So
what is the highest used equipment right now in H1Z1?
I do not know off the top of my head, but I've got a BI guy that sits right next to me that I can ask on Monday if you want. And you can fire the stream back up.
Yeah. Is his name Minishock?
No, it's just gonna work.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if Minishock does all those
Minishock, tell me some BI, would you? He's like, what the hell's BI?
I know. What's BI, Dad? Are we gonna stream yet or what?
They probably definitely think AR.
Space Mexican, do me a favor right now, would you?
Yeah, go ahead.
Turn around to Smed and tell him to stay there until I get there.
All right, one second. Hold on. Hey, Smed. Steve said make sure you stay here until he gets here. He says it all depends on how much alcohol he drinks.
I've partied with Smed before.
He said the more he drinks, the more likely he'll stay.
Okay. Nice.
Oh my gosh! And if you guys don't know, you can catch Shock Factor here on Twitch. He streams with his son. I love the stream.
Oh, thanks.
I really do. Actually, me and my son watch it together. I tell him, I go, hey, Shock Factor's on, and he'll he'll run and grab the iPad, and then he'll turn it on and he'll watch it. Last time I was playing with them some Battle Royale, and that was pretty fun. His son made the classic mistake of going for the airdrop and not that there are planes with bombs and I was like, let's go to the airdrop, and Steve's like, no, I don't think that's a good idea, and he's like, well, let's go, and so we went. I'm like, all right, let's go, and sure enough, here comes a plane, and I'm like, everybody run, and poor Mini Shock, he just bit the bullet.
Mini Shock bit the dust.
I think those planes are targeting me at times because I'll have like 10 airdrops dropped on me. I'm by myself. It's
I'm out of beer, you guys.
Oh man.
McLeod says, Mex, you need to challenge him to a tequila slammer off. Yeah, I don't know.
Smed would drink you under the table.
He would.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
He would. You know what? I love my tequila, but you know what? Me, tequila, and a craps table don't go together.
Almost getting kicked out of Vegas.
And I don't think I can drink. I don't think I can drink Smed under the table. That's for sure.
So, stream question. I see lots of negative Steam reviews bitching about hackers. How's the status on that front? And what tools do you use, which they can't tell you about, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's pretty much a question I can't answer. But the fact is, it's one of those battles that we fight constantly. It's not like we decide, one day, there's more hackers today. Let's get out there. It's a constant battle we fight.
Well, and a quick shout out though, the new Control R feature that will report you aim it at the hacker and report. It's been a huge factor in actually getting people off and taken care of.
You know what I like?
Say that one more time. I missed that last part.
The Control R, being able to actually look at someone and press Control R and it automatically reports them.
Oh, yes.
It's been amazing.
Yeah, that's a handy feature.
Yeah.
It pretty much crowdsources cheaters for us.
Mm-hmm. Does it?
What is Astronautic saying to me? I don't get it. Looked at your thumbnail a bit ago and wonder why you had Muslim women on. What?
Let's ignore that for
the hell's that?
What?
What the hell's he talking about?
I don't know what he's saying.
Maybe he's talking about your emblem for your. He's talking about your Mini
Twitch,
Shock emblem for your
Twitch page. Yeah,
what?
Your Mini Shock Twitch.
He's looking at the thumbnail of your Twitch logo.
Yeah, I don't know who
it's
that
so small you can't tell what it is.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh my god.
That's awesome.
Oh my gosh. And so I was in the test server this morning, and I went in there, and one of my buddies was in there, and he goes, hey dude, whatever you do, don't try to crouch under shacks anymore and try to peek into shacks. I was like, why? He's like, you insta die.
Oh,
I was
nice.
like, really? He's like, yeah, you insta die. Yeah, because that was a problem. People were basically, if you could get into a certain position under a shack, you could, based off the camera view, peek inside their shack, and then you could open their containers inside. So they were opening containers and just taking the valuables. Well, now apparently somebody on your team figured that out and made a fix. So basically, if you try to peek, you insta die, which I think is a really.
There's
cool thing.
also if you put the wrong key code on a door,
yeah,
it deals damage to you.
It does. It does.
Yeah, right.
It gets annoying. Well, it's kind of nice, the fact it really lets you know that you have the wrong code and you should probably go away.
Yeah.
Well, it's more. We have guys in our group that'll actually go and sit outside of someone's door for hours and try to brute force the code. So I think that's more of the deterrent, not doing it yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there was a couple guys that hated when they went from a four character passcode to I think a 10 character passcode. They were a little irritated because that's really literally what they would do. They would just walk around and trying all the different numbers and get in. So that was pretty amazing.
Difficult now.
One second here. So can you talk a little bit about, because just for my purposes, I really don't understand the full concept of it yet. The fact that in the crates that are being dropped now are not going to be able to be sold on Steam. I got that part. And then the whole tradable items, is that going to be only within Steam Friends, or is that going to be inside the game only, or both?
So currently, I can talk to you about the tradable stuff. So currently, you'll be able to use the Steam trading system to trade items back and forth with people, just like you always have. In the future, if we want to put something in game, which we've talked about a lot, we'll add that. But for now, it's just a matter of, hey, the items you get in the crate, you can still trade them with your friends. As simple as that. There's nothing ridiculous about it.
Okay.
Go on.
Mine was completely off topic of that, but a lot of people looking for different weapons inside the game. I think most recent weapons was the AK and the Magnum. Are you guys currently working on any new guns, or is you guys feel like the game's at a good spot with the armament inside of it, and not looking to expand it this time?
We have more guns scheduled. They're just not for the short end.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of work right now is all based around tightening up the game, the core systems, the loop, bug fixing, things like that. Something, back to that last question though. There is this whole exchange tower which plays a big part in our new crate. Are you guys familiar with how the exchange system works at all? Have you guys followed it?
Yeah, from my understanding, it's kind of a upgrade system, so to speak. The exchange system.
So you can take your uncommons and you can put them in this system. You can exchange like a handful of them for a common, okay? I'm sorry, for the next tier up, like a rare, and then you can put a bunch of rares in, and you can exchange them for we have a set of special skins that you can get only through the exchange system.
Okay.
So you can kind of grind up to those items if you want and get those particular cool skins that aren't available anywhere else. So the idea is, if you get enough stuff, enough uncommons, you can get some of the rares. Cool. Then if you want to combine a bunch of your rares that you have, you can get one of these crazy skins up top. So it's really kind of cool.
Yeah.
H1Z1 DB wants to know, are the wild style weapons the rare items available through the item exchange?
They're available through the item exchange. The three that you saw with the purple, I think it was purple, orange colors. Yeah, those are the ones.
Okay.
Awesome. So there's going to be weapon exchanges. Weapon skins part of the exchange.
It makes me so happy.
Yeah, very nice.
Now, I do not know if they're coming out with this round or not because we have a handful of them and they're going to be rotating a lot. I'm not sure of what the current selection is for round one, but those are in the rotation at some level.
Okay. So basically, with the exchange, not all the skins will be there all the time. So
no, those skins will come and go. So those top tier ones that you kind of go for, if you remotely like them, you're going to want to get them sooner than later because they'll go away. And I'm not saying they're not going to come back, but it's at our discretion when they do come back.
So will H1Z1 take them off, or is it like a limited supply of them?
Oh, no, it's just us deciding whenever we want to rotate them out for the next set.
Oh, I see. Okay, so just like the crates, eventually they just stop being dispersed and you can't get them anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Can you kind of go in to where, there's a crate that's in the hospital, and it's kind of like a story mode, so to speak. It's almost like an Easter egg, where you have to go to a certain area, call on a phone, you get a key. I don't know the exact storyline.
Here's the thing, you guys. I don't want to spoil any of that for anybody, to be honest with you. So that's one of those things where you guys start playing and you're going to enjoy that content. It's an interesting loop that you can have fun with.
Right.
And, I just don't want to go in that conversation, to be quite honest with you, because it's fun to discover and have fun with it.
No, absolutely.
Cool.
My question was more towards, how did the team at Daybreak really go, oh, hey, we're going to implement this?
Oh, very, very simple. We want to test. We want to test some different systems in the world, like for example, having events. And this is more akin to some sort of event that players can unlock and make happen. And really, this is kind of our first real test in that to see how it works. And if you guys like it, then maybe we'll take it a little further. So right now, this is one of those things where we're going to put it out there. We're going to get the feedback, just like we always do. And it's either thumbs up or thumbs down.
I used to play. I was a big COD player, and one thing I loved about the Call of Duty was playing zombies on Call of Duty, and they had the Easter egg. And that was just so fun. The fact that I can get a group of guys and we would spend hours and hours, days, trying to figure out these Easter egg things, so to speak. Yeah. When I saw they implemented that, I was like, dude, that's amazing. Like, that's going to be cool. So cool trying to go into the game, even on a PvP server, having to take 5-10 guys as protection to one, fight off zombies, fight off people, and then try to figure out this story mode. I thought it was a great call. I think it's going to be pretty amazing myself.
Yeah. I really hope it gets received well because there's a lot of things we can do. And a lot of people talk about content we can open up for like the dam area. There's always discussion about the dam, about getting electricity to it, and having some sort of loop based on that. So all these POIs, we want them to kind of have some sort of life to them that has a different little story mode you can kind of partake in if you want,
That's awesome.
So
Did you have something last?
Yeah, actually, we were talking about earlier about increasing players on maps, or increasing player counts, and you guys are redoing the map right now. And one of the ideas we talked about in a few of the past weeks' shows, I think it's come up multiple times, is there... Are you guys looking at any ways to force people to leave their section of the map to go different places to find different types of loot? I know you mentioned that you want to make it where you can typically get the different loot other places, not just a single place. But have you considered something to help drive people to investigate the rest of the map?
yeah, as a matter of fact, the hospital is a good example of that, and you'll see that it kind of guides you towards different parts of the world to accomplish certain things. So we're trying to keep people moving around. But, back to that whole point about the way the world's laid out right now, until we get that kind of that new triangulated dispersal and all the inner workings between areas, that's when it's really going to come to life a little more.
Okay.
I had an idea, Steve, and I'm not a big guy of just, plopping down ideas here.
Yeah.
The one thing I love about the game are the crates, the worn letters in the game. Because those bring people around. They make you move. You got a worn letter. Our group mainly lives in Dirty Deeds, and there's one cave with a worn letter that's there, and it brings a group of 5-6 guys fully loaded, and it brings action to us because it's like there's really nothing there that you want to go and live besides what we're doing. So I love those part of it, and I would definitely like to see more changes to the worn letter. Not changes from where they're at, but just adding more.
More additions,
Yeah, additions, because those that really makes the people move around the base. I know when we get worn letters from raiding bases, the first thing we want to do is take off and go cash them in. And it's really just at this point just to cash them in. So I love the worn letters. I love how they make people move around the map, and they make
if you think about worn letters, that's like the earliest incarnation of content, right?
It is.
Like that.
It
yeah,
is.
you know what I mean. So that was kind of like test one, and it was well received.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, definitely. And hey, guys, we want to thank. We're rolling down to the end of the show. We want to thank Steve George here for hanging out with us and putting up with us and all of our ridiculous questions. He's a great guy, and we appreciate you so much for being here. As he flexes his Daybreak T-shirt at the end of the. One quick real quick thing before we take off. I want to let everybody know how important it is to have multiple accounts, and this is something I wanted to bring up. Guys, go get multiple accounts. If you play PvP, have multiple accounts. People complain about hackers and just different bugs in the game, and I'm losing all my loot. I have 5 accounts, and I use those 5 accounts very strategically. I log off all of my loot. I log off things that are valuable, and I log off things that I don't want people to take. I don't want people to steal. I don't want people to get from a raid. Go get an extra account, guys. It's very important. I have us in Imperium. We actually log off all of our gunpowder that we pick up. So we'll have anywhere from 1,000 pieces of gunpowder logged off the server so that no one can steal them. So it's very important to have multiple accounts. Steve's like squinting his eyes right now. I didn't know if he knew that. But
I get 3 accounts as well.
Yeah, it's how we tactically stay in the game because.
So let me get this straight. You're buying extra copies of the game for storage externally?
Yes, mules.
Exactly. Mules. We call them mule accounts.
Yeah.
In that case, you should buy 20.
I think 300 is a good number.
But and also I use them as mules, and we also use them on different sites of the map. So instead of having to travel through the map, I'll have one in Dirty Deeds, I'll have one in Rancho Taquito, and I'll have one in another city, and I'll basically log in between all 3 of them, so I don't have to run or drive a car or travel. So I didn't know if anybody knew that, but I said it before, and someone was like, "Dude, that's a smart idea." And I'm like, "Dude, go get some extra accounts. When the game's on sale, if the game's not on sale, pick up some extra accounts because you're gonna need them if you want to play PvP. If you want to learn how to play the game."
You guys are hardcore, man. I'm too damn lazy to do that.
Welcome to Eve. Welcome to Eve.
Yeah.
Jeez.
You know what, Steve? I guarantee it. If it was up to the viewers and up to this group, they'd be getting you to put spaceships in the games. That's for sure. So, it's an amazing group of guys, and they will definitely stress test every system here, and they will figure out how to exploit and change and just get everything they need out of the game. It's pretty amazing.
I'll tell you, hopefully we can we can fix base building a little more to where you don't need to go through those steps to hide your shit. I mean,
Yeah.
So and that's part of the plan, to be honest with you.
Yeah, absolutely. And I like having extra accounts for the metagames. I don't know if you know about that, Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah,
Spying on
yeah.
other
So
groups.
having extra accounts where you can definitely get into other groups and play a little spies is pretty fun too. So there's another third little thing of why you need an extra account. But yeah, guys, we want to thank Steve George for coming on. We want to thank him so much. He's going to be in a pool in about 30 minutes, hanging out on a patio in this 100-degree weather here. So we got to let him go. I want to let everybody know here at I think 6 o'clock PST. We're going to be giving away a Blue Yeti, and I know Steve doesn't have one. He's won something on the show before, so you can have Mini Shock tune in 6 o'clock PST. We're going to be giving away a Blue Yeti microphone. We want to thank our sponsors, Blue Yetis, and Laz has one on screen. I had one, but you can't see my camera. And we want to thank them for supporting our stream here. Also, you got the boat show coming up next. I think he's playing a little EVE Online. He's gonna be making it rain with some giveaways, and then we got a couple other guys coming up. And then 6 p.m. back here at the San Diego patio party. Go to Space Mexican 1 Twitch page. That's Space Mexican 1 Twitch page if you want to see everybody on the patio hanging out. And once again, thanks, Steve. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Steve,
You guys are
it's been
awesome.
amazing.
Get me a plate of chicken wings ready. I'll be over there shortly.
Absolutely.
I'm so hungry.
All right, guys, that's it for the Undead Zone Talk Show. We appreciate you guys hanging around, and we're gonna get off here and go party, guys. Have
Thanks,
a
you
good
guys,
one.
for having me. Appreciate it.
Later, guys.
Thanks so much.